Okay, so in this video, we will discuss how do we represent forest in a computer. So well, one way of doing that obviously is by using unit representation. So the idea is we can have an array, a node na meron siyang multiple na component, each pertaining to a pointer to a subtree. However, as we know, medyo unlike sa binary trees, medyo varying yung um, ng node ng isang ordered tree. So, hindi natin alam kung ilan yon. So, we will expect na marami rito magiging null lang kasi hindi naman lahat ng node dun sa tree ay may parehong number ng ng uh, subtrees. Okay? Another option is to convert the binary tree into the forest into the corresponding binary tree. So that's one option. Although, siyempre, ang challenge dun is kailangan na i-construct muna yung binary tree. So that will add on some complexity. So for this lecture, we will focus on how we can use yung sequential representation to represent a forest. So one of the easiest ways, one of the most basic ways is by using yung reorder traversal. So we will be let me annotate. So we will be using yung reorder reorder traversal no tree natin. So, i-reverse natin sa reorder and magkakaroon tayo ng concept ng art link, which is basically just a pointer from a node to its sibling. So, G may pointer siya to E. Si L will have a pointer to W kasi yun yung closest sibling niya. Si O, wala siyang pointer kasi wala naman siyang sibling. Si I, wala rin siyang R-link print pointer. Si W, may R-link pointer siya, which is going to I kasi yun yung closest na sibling niya. Si N, yung next na sibling niya ay si P. Okay, kaya may pointer siya doon. Si T, ang next na sibling niya ay si H, kaya may pointer din siya doon. So yun yung purpose nito. Okay? And at the same time, sa baba, meron naman ay tinatawag na L tag. So the L tag or the left tag identifies the vertices that are terminal. Ibig sabihin, these are the vertices na walang children or walang child node. So, si O, si W, kasi wala silang child node. Si N, si E, si T, si H, si D, kasi wala naman siyang child node. Si A, si K. Okay, so these are the vertices, these are the nodes na walang child node. So, ito yung L tag, ito yung R link. So, we can actually represent the binary tree to be like this. So, the forest to be like this. So, given this information, we can actually construct the forest. However, we should be able to observe some key properties. Okay, so una, you will notice that the R-link arrows do not cross one another. Thus, the last arrow to begin is the first arrow to end. So, if you will notice dito sa drawing natin, hindi nagpo-cross yung mga arrows natin. Bakit kaya ganon? Ano kayang implication pag halimbawa ng cross? Halimbawa dito napunta si W. Si G dito siya nag-point in W instead na kay E. Ang implication nun, since we are talking about reorder traversal, alam natin na lahat nung nasa right ni G ay possible na descendants niya. So, si G, si O, si L, si O are descendants. Since si W siya nag-point, assuming na dito siya nagpo-point, ibig sabihin si W ay sibling niya na. However, kung mapansin natin, meron din tayong pointer from L going to I. Sabi natin, si L at si I, sibling sila ngayon kasi may pointer. However, since si G at si W ay sibling din, dapat si I is no longer a descendant of G. Kasi, ano na siya, descendant na siya ng W, which is a sibling of G. Assuming na nag-cross yung lines natin. So, and that is not possible. So, hindi ka pwede magkaroon ng sibling. Tapos nun, yung sibling mo, meron siyang anak na descendant rin nung ibang mga nodes dun sa original na tree. Kasi magkakaroon na ngayon ng hindi na disjoint yung tree natin. So, that's one. So, the arrows do not cross one another. Another property that we have to take note always is an arrow always points to a node which immediately follows one which is tagged with a right parenthesis. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Every time na nagpo-point yung isang arrow sa isang node, yung nasa left niya is a right parenthesis. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin kasi nun, si G let's use the correct example. Si L saka si W are siblings. Si O ay anak ni L. Kung halimbawa, wala tayong parenthesis dito, ibig sabihin si O dapat hindi siya terminal node. Ibig sabihin dapat may child node pa siya. Kung may child node pa siya, dapat nasa tabi niya or malapit sa or nandun sa right side niya yung child node niya. However, because we have here an arrow from L, ang sinasabi nito, sibling. Yan na si W. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na pwede magkaroon ng anak si O. Kasi, lalampas na siya rito. Mababangga niya yung W, which is a sibling already. So, palagi yan. If you will notice, every time we have an arrow here pointing, yung nasa left niya is always a terminal node. Kasi, an arrow here pointing specifies na sibling na siya nung parent node or nung ancestor node. So, hindi anak pwede magkaroon ng anak node. So, itong mga nodes na to, dapat mag-terminate na sila. And because of that information, we can actually simplify our representation. So earlier, if you will notice, our representation, let me erase first yung annotation natin. So earlier, yung annotation natin, yung representation natin sa pointer, so basically may number, ino-contain niya yung index ng sibling. So, we have actually two ways of simplifying that. So, instead na ganito yung itsura, we can actually, simplify this so that yung numbers na nandito will no longer be integers, pero tag na lang din sila, so bit na lang yung kuno-contain niya. So we can do that by replacing our link, which indicates where an arrow begins and where it ends, with our tag, which indicates where an arrow begins. So kailangan na lang natin i-mark kung saan ba nagsisimula yung arrow. Sino ba yung may sibling? Hindi natin kailangan malaman kung saan siya matatapos. Kasi alam naman natin na number one, may arrow na nakatapos every time may close tag sa left niya. Kasi nga, sabi yung property natin earlier, yun yung una. Pangalawa, alam din natin na hindi nagpo-cross yung mga arrows. So more or less, magkakaroon na tayo ng idea kung paano, kung ano yung ilalagay lang natin dun sa R tag natin. So, instead of putting yung link or yung pointer, we just put a value, let's say 1, if the node has a sibling, okay, and 0 otherwise. Sorry, if the node has a child, 0 otherwise. Kasi kung 0, terminal siya. So, dito sa R tag pala, 1, kapag meron siyang sibling, 0, so isulat natin So, let me annotate para malinaw. So, 1, so dito sa R tag muna tayo, meron siyang sibling. 0, none. Sa L tag naman, 1, meron siyang child node. 0, none. Okay, so ito ngayon yung magiging representation natin dun sa forest. Um, Using yung pre-order sequential representation. So, given this information, we should be able to construct yung forest natin. So, paano natin siya gagawin? So, let's try to see kung paano siya nag-work. Kasi G, alam natin siya yung root kasi pre-order ko. Alam natin meron siyang sibling. Okay? At alam din natin na meron siyang child. Kasi 1 to. So, dito ko ilalagay ngayon si L. Si L, alam ko meron siyang sibling. So, since alam ko meron siyang sibling, and since parent niya si G, magiging parent na rin niya si yung sibling niya. At alam ko rin na meron siyang child. Okay? So, yung next si O, since siya yung katabi ni L, at since alam natin na may child si L, dito natin ilalagay si O. Okay? Si O, wala siyang sibling, wala siyang child. So, yung next na node natin, si W, will be placed here. Kasi wala na tayo pwedeng ilagay si O. Si W, alam natin na meron siyang sibling, pero wala siyang child. So, dito natin ilalagay ngayon yung next na node natin, which is I. Si I, alam natin na wala siyang sibling, wala na siyang kapatid, pero may isa siyang child, and that will be N. Si N, alam natin na wala siyang child, pero meron siyang sibling, which is, so alam niya, si E. Ganun din, si E, wala siyang child, pero meron siyang sibling, so yun ay magiging si H. Okay? Si E, alam natin na si N ay wala ng sibling. Sorry, si I ay wala ng sibling. Kung hindi na natin ilalagay si E with, at wala na rin siyang paglalagyan with. So, si E will now be a new node. Si E, meron siyang sibling. Okay? At meron siyang child. Okay? And that will be D. So, si D, alam natin na meron siyang sibling. Pero wala siyang child. So, that yung sibling ni D will be si A. Si R will be yung sibling ni E. Wala siyang sibling na, pero meron siyang child, which will be K. So this now corresponds to the binary, to the forest, or that is represented by this array. So that is how we store yung forest using reorder sequential representation. As a reading assignment, nag-share ako ng material sa Google Classroom natin. Please try to read kung paano naman nire-represent kung family order or level order yung gawin natin. So this will be family order and level order. Let me correct. Okay, so aside from that, another way of representing trees is by just storing them in pre-order and knowing their degree. So yung degree nila is yung number ng child nila. So halimbawa, we have here this example. So let me just erase yung drawing natin earlier. So halimbawa, we have this example. So, alam natin na si node G, okay, let me use yung annotate lang sandali. Okay, alam natin na si node G ay may tatlong anak. Okay, so si node G ay meron siyang tatlong children, which will be L, O, sorry, meron siyang tatlong anak, pabaya pala si O. Tapos alam natin na yung anak niya na susunod ay si L, ay sila yung makasunod. At si L, meron din siyang isang anak. That will be O. Tapos nun, pwede na ngayon natin ilagay si W dito and si I. Si I, alam natin na may tatlo siyang anak. from here, and yung tatlong anak niya, yung tatlong katabi niya, N, E, H. And then, alam natin na si E ay may dalawang anak. So, yung katabi niya yun, si D, si A. And finally, alam natin na si R ay may isang anak, and that is K. So, this shows that we can also represent yung forest natin using pre-order sequence with degrees. To further extend that definition, we can also represent yung forest natin using pre-order sequence with weight. So, similar na idea lang din. Or even post-order sequence and post-order by weight. So, I think what we're saying here is there's many ways of representing a forest using arrays. Although, kailangan lang i-specify natin yung ordering ng elements ng array natin. Moving forward, one interesting algorithm that we want to learn is how do we know kung sino yung ancestors ng isang node. Okay, so if we know their weight. So actually, I will give you an example. If we will be looking at node Y, ito siya. Since alam natin na naka-pre-order siya, how can we know kung ano-ano yung mga possible na ancestor ni Y? What we will do is i-add natin yung index with the weight. 16, 9, 4, 4, 9, 6, 7, 9, 9. So, inaan ko lang yung index with the weight. 13, 11, 13, 16, 16, 16. So, how do we know if a node is an ancestor of a particular node? Halimbawa, si node Y. From the diagram, we can see na ang ancestor niya ay si R, si I, si H, saka si C. So, well, that is because we are looking at the actual tree. Pero how can we do that kung yung itong array lang natin yung alam natin? We will notice na yung mga elements na ancestor ng isang element ay yung mga elements na pag inad natin yung index niya with the weight, less greater than or equal sila dun sa element na hinahanapan natin ng ancestor. In this example, si R, meron siyang 8 plus 1, which is 9. Si I, meron siyang 5 plus 4, which is 9, which is greater than or equal to 9. Si H, ganun din, meron din siyang 7 plus 2. And si C, obviously, meron siyang 15 plus 1, which is 16. So, ibig sabihin, yun yung ancestors nung node natin. So, yung next na discussion natin, we will discuss now one application of trees and forest. Ang pangalan niya ay equivalence problem.